Hey guys, welcome back. Today in this video, I will be reviewing the QoA Adonis New. So QoA stands for Queen of Audio. It's a sub-brand for KANA. And the Adonis New is their latest IM. It is a hybrid IM featuring one 9.2mm dynamic driver with titanium diaphragm for the bass, one nose balance armature for the mid-range, and one QoA custom balance armature for the treble, all connected together with a three-way crossover. I would like to give a special thanks to QoA for providing a unit of Adonis New as part of the Audio Geeks Vietnam tour. I didn't receive any incentive from QoA as well as instruction on how to do this review. Everything I said in this video will be my subjective opinion only. So in the previous video, I've shown you the unboxing experience along with everything inside the box, so I won't go over that again. But basically, QoA has included a lot of accessories. The accessories consist of one copper silver plated cable with modular connector, a PU leather case, 3 pairs of balanced ear tips, 3 pairs of vocal ear tips, and a user manual. Here is the closer look of the IM. The Adonis New seems to go with the purple as its main color. The shells use a combination of pine cone and resin as base material. It is then carved with CNC machine to reach its desired shape, then polished to have a smooth surface. The faceplate is a separate piece that got glued together after installing the driver inside. The result are a very light and smooth shells, yet have a very sturdy feeling to it. The nozzles have 2 tubes for the sound to come out, with a thin aluminum outer shell. The shells have great ergonomics to them. They fit me like a glove and can sit in my ears for hours straight with no hotspot. The Adonis New also have good passive sound isolation. The cable is a 4-course cable with a screw and lock modular termination. Each core has many smaller cores in blue and pink colorway interwoven with each other. So overall, the cable feels very nice on the hand, not too light, not too heavy, and definitely not tangly. One thing I do not like about this cable is that it does not have a left and right indicator on them. The plastic on the 2-pin base on the right side has a very light red hue, which is very easy to go unnoticed. I just use the notch at the bottom of the 2-pin to decide which one is on the right and which one is on the left. Power and sensitivity wise, the Adonis New is very easy to drive, even from a dongle. I usually pair the Adonis New with the TP50 with its 4.4 balance port. Onto the sound impression, the Adonis New has a L-shaped tuning. The bass is the main star of the IM. It seems like while tuning this IM, QoA just have one main goal in mind, and that is to go crazy with the bass. And that's what they did. The sub-bass extension is really great. It is heavily boosted, extend way past 20 Hz. With the infamous sub-bass drop in Why So Serious, the Adonis New shows me a great textured bass with a lot of grunt to it. With Treble by Chameleon, there is a lot of tactility and air movement, nearly making me feel dizzy. With heavy bass EDM, they can sound a bit tiresome. The sub-bass also feel quite pompous and quite intrusive to the rest of the frequency. Acoustic bass instruments have great presence to them. They feel dense and quite bulky. The sensation of the contrabass is amplified in magnitude due to the boosted fundamental frequencies. The kick drum sounds heavy and full. Bass instrument sits more at the forefront of the stage, almost in line with the vocalists and the mid-range instruments. Because of all those quantities, the bass instruments lost a bit of clarity and quite a lot of separation between them. With Nancy Mulligan by Ed Sheeran, at the first part of the song, every time there is a thumping drum hit, my eardrums get vibrated right after that too, as a sign of the intrusive sub-bass. So the use of ear tips with not so great seal or grippy material, as in with smooth material like the Divinus Velvet, does mitigate this effect to a certain extent. Standing next to the overwhelming bass along with the not so boosted peanut region, the mid-range of the Adonis New feels very warm leaning. So using a cozy white blanket as a metaphorical image for the whole mid-range isn't very far off either. So the mid-range is thick, yet does not feel overly muddy. Both male and female vocals have great heft to them. They sound smooth and creamy. Male vocals sound thick and lush, easy to be noticed when listening to Frank Sinatra or other baritones. Female vocals have decent liveliness to them, enough to not sound too recessed from the bass. It is definitely not shouty. That being said, there are instances where I feel like their voice can sound a bit nasally, like with Laufey's From the Start intro. The song Shivers by Ed Sheeran does showcase some mild sibilant. Instruments have quite a natural timbre to them, nothing too offensive, yet they do sound quite warm and cozy. Instruments' note weight is heavy. Even the flute in Sandream by Revo and Yuki Kajiura reminds me that it is heavier than usual. Piano notes now sound dense and weighty as well. Violin sounds lush and smooth and not abrasive. As for the treble, it is generally quite safe and relaxing, as I spotted a steep roll-off after 11 kHz. The treble is decently sparkled with good decay to it. I wouldn't say it is dull or boring either. It seems like QoA wants us to embrace the Adonis New fully to the bass and the mid-range, as the treble feels like it is a supporting character to the rest of the frequency. You can only boost the volume up so much to feel the treble before the sub-bass gets to you. With Caravan, percussion instruments sound present and smooth overall. Micro nuances are adequate. Cymbals and hi-hats have enough present and mid-treble to give life to them without sounding too splashy or too sizzling. Technicality-wise, the Adonis New has decent width with a good sense of depth and height. The imaging was only in the good range as the overwhelming bass loomed over and took the space of many other elements. That being said, when watching movies, the Adonis New does give me quite an enjoyable experience. With the Bring Me Thanos moment in Infinity War, it reminds me of the time when I watched it in the cinema, with how reverberating everything is with the added effect of Dolby Atmos. Now, onto the comparison. I will compare the Adonis New first with the Simgot EA1000. So the EA1000 is a one dynamic driver IM and not a hybrid. The reason why I picked this IM for comparison is because I feel like it is a very widely available IM, one that many people have and associate with, so that they can relatively imagine how the Adonis would sound compared to their own IM. For the bass, the Adonis New have way more bass quantity, both in sub-bass and mid-bass. Yet the quality is leaked better on the EA1000. The EA1000 has faster driver speed and transients. The texture feels tighter and the layering between each bass hit doesn't sound as blurry. Kick drums sound more distinct. The bass instruments have more breathing room between them. Mid-range, although sound warm on both IM, the EA1000 aren't as weighty and dense. Female vocals sound way more open and transparent, as well as being brighter. It is also more prone to sibilant at high volume. Male vocals aren't as lush. Instruments sound more natural on the EA1000. Treble-wise, the EA1000 has more energy in the upper treble and the air region. There is quite a peak above 13 kHz. Cymbals and hi-hats sound more forward and emphasized. They have more crunch or edginess and can feel more splashy and sizzling. So I personally like this additional brilliance and sparkles. The soundstage feels more holographic on the EA1000 with better layering and separation. The second comparison that I would do is with the ZiiGaat Doscinco. So I unfortunately don't have the IM with me right now as I just sent it on a tour. So I will be relying on my auditorial memory to do this comparison. The Adonis new tuning is more of an L-shaped, while the Doscinco tuning is more of a bass-boosted, balanced tuning. The Adonis new has more raw bass quantity. The Subbass felt more visceral due to the sheer F movement. Pairing that with an additional lingering decay and you have a very enjoyable bass head experience. Although the Doscinco uses 2 dynamic drivers, it focuses on being more technical, cleanly separated, as opposed to a bit slower and more organic bass of the Adonis new. The bass instruments have more present, more in your face on the Adonis new, while the Doscinco has a more distinct, less blurry bass line. So in essence, one IM have a really fun bass shelf, and one IM has a less fun but more technical bass shelf. Female vocals are brighter on the Doscinco, less recessed. They align more with the rest of the frequency, even though the Doscinco is still a bass-heavy set. Instruments and male vocals sound less dense as a whole. The Doscinco has a bit more brilliant and sparkle on the top end, giving more life to cymbals and hi-hats. It's not on the treble head territory, but it is definitely more present, less drawn out by the bass compared to the Adonis new. Technical performance-wise, the Doscinco is a bit wider than the Adonis new, while the Adonis new has better depth of sound. Imaging and layering is also a notch better on the Doscinco. So yeah, the QoA Adonis new really surprised me with its fun L-shaped tonality. As a soft bass head, it has been a while since I have this much fun with an IM. It's not exactly an IM that is suitable for everyday listening, nor is it for instruments' naturalness monitoring purposes. But it is still a very enjoyable IM nonetheless. If you are looking for an IM with a bass-heavy tuning that has decent mid-range and vocals, relaxing trebles, gorgeous-looking shells, and a modular cable for under $200, I can safely recommend this IM. Music library-wise, I would say this IM is suitable for bass-heavy EDM, or rock, and some pop songs. That's it for my review, and thank you for watching.